I'd like to talk about why and how community action, community togetherness, community journeying and activation is so important and essential for these times. It's not just about solidarity, safety in numbers. It's not just about an accumulated energy that happens when we're together. It's actually about an amplified energy. It's about the way in which our collective field, our collective resonance, our collective coherence, that energy that we put out collectively as a group, how that energy impacts and ripples out into the field, into the collective. That's what makes it so unique, particularly when we are creating specific intentions, prayers, or we're gathering around specific causes, specific purpose. We can really focus in and concentrate the energy to achieve specific outcomes. And yes, okay, it's something that we all know, or many of us know. It's something that we may have heard spoken about before, maybe something obvious. We know about group meditation and the impact that that can have, studies that have shown that. But are you actually practicing it? Are you coming together with groups of people around a shared intention, a shared prayer, to journey together, to go through a process together, and to put that specific purpose out into the field? It is only through our active participation can we get this embodied experience, and can we grow together? Can we actually create this impact? And for us to get to a position where we are participating wholeheartedly, where we're showing up to a community to work together in this way, often takes us to examine some of our own stuff, some of our own resistance, maybe even blocks and beliefs that are preventing us from taking part in community action or journeys. This is really important to consider, especially if you find yourself part of a community, maybe like this one, you receive emails, maybe like the one that you opened today, you receive invitations to come together in community, and you find that you just keep having something that comes up. Or you're busy at that time, or something more important is in the way, or maybe there's a reason that you find yourself. If you find this repeatedly happening, perhaps that's a sign of something deeper beneath the surface. Something that is being created or creating itself or manifesting or happening in order to prevent you or to stop you from going to take action, to be in an evolutionary environment, to be in a group amplified field that is a catalyst and a quantum leaping container for you to do your work. And wouldn't that make sense? Wouldn't it make sense that if there was something inside of us that was an old belief, an old memory, an old wound, something that happened to us, maybe in groups, maybe at school, maybe we were hurt or challenged in a group setting, maybe we were rejected from a group. There might be so many reasons why we might innately, unconsciously, be resistant to participating in groups going on beneath the surface. And it is very plausible, isn't it, that our very clever parts of our system could create situations to allow it to be easy for us to pull away, be distracted, or find other reasons, or prioritize other things and keep us away from these situations. Is that a possibility for you? Now, I'm asking this question because for me, it's coming from a place of deep knowing of myself, and that has been a very much a part of my journey. I was so resistant for so long to particularly sister circles, women's circles. And interestingly, I'd run a women's organization for many years ago. But there was something about coming together with women in more of a health, well-being, or spiritual way to share with one another, to support, to uplift one another, that I unconsciously resisted for so long. I would have sisters always inviting me to be part of membership groups. And I would always have a reason to not join, it to do with money, or to do with time, or it's just not for me, or it's not my vibe, or I have other more important things. And I remember two sisters literally dragging me, and somehow they managed to back me into a corner, and I got into this group. And when I went in and started to really face the group, I started to face how I was feeling and do the U-turn and see what was really underneath that. What was really underneath. I could see my resistance, but I started to look at what was underneath that. What was underneath the parts of me that were afraid of being in that environment, that would rather be somewhere else. And I really started seeing these deeper wounds in my system in relation to groups, in relation to friendship groups, in relation to this sense of belonging. And I remembered memories from when I was a child and when I felt rejected from groups, and even at times felt that I was picked on, and that I had to prove myself in order to fit into a group. And I know that this is a very common thing for many of us, which is why I asked the question, are there memories, beliefs? Is there something in the way? Is there resistance? Is there something in the way of you being in community participation? And what is that about? I really ask you to look at this, because in this coming time, these next generations is all about us coming together. It's all about how we not just create solidarity, it's about energetically gathering together the alternative systems, the alternative communities, the those of us who are just breaking away from the binds to the old world that is crumbling away. Those of us that are paving a new road for a new world. We're coming together. We're weaving together. We're creating these new systems and these worlds together. And it's not to separate ourselves from anything else, but it's to really build and create this new world and to gain more tangible power through that, so that we are stronger and we are protected together. And a part of this is it's a new culture that we are evolving on planet Earth. It's actually a newly evolved continuation of the old culture of planet Earth, which is simply recognizing our multidimensional, superhuman, nature-aligned, natural law-aligned existence here on this Earth realm. That really is what and who we are and what our culture is and has always been focused around. And those of us that are continuing to return to this, there is a need to be in power together. There's a need to be woven and connected together. The next few generations rely on it so we can continue to share the ageless wisdom teachings, the oral traditions, the ancient future traditions, so that we can continue to pass that on in a way that is in integrity and in alignment with where we're going, so that this does not get lost anymore, so we truly remember who and what we really are. And so community participation is the way that we come back into right relation with ourselves. It's the way that we come back to remembering how to live in a nature-aligned way. It's coming back from the individualistic colonizer mindset that we've been indoctrinated to be in, to consume and to be productive and to serve the establishment and to be another cog into the system, but to think in a material individual existence. We're moving back into our collective whole selves, our whole selves and our collective consciousness, back into taking care of our communities and of our